everyone! Welcome to a brand new channel, That Train Couple. My name is Jasmine. You might know me as Sally Green Gamer on YouTube. I have a gaming YouTube channel with over 200,000 subscribers, and this is my husband, Frank.
I'm Frank. I also have a YouTube channel, and I'm known by Tinker77.
That's right. And so we decided to take what we know about YouTube and what we've already experienced and apply that to a brand new type of channel. We're going to be doing things that are all about trains, model railroading, train spotting, railroadiana,
taking trips.
We're gonna do all kinds of stuff. So, and on our channel, you'll see vlogs, you'll see how-tos, you'll see us talking about our expansive train layout in our basement that we're trying to build. We also go to train shows with our N-Scale Train Club, where we put on displays and we talk about trains all day.
That's right. So we're going to be using the skills that we've acquired through making YouTube channels and putting it to this, and hopefully the content here you will find entertaining but also informative.
That's right. And we're going to be learning along the way. There's a lot of things that we don't know about model railroading and trains in general, and as we learn those, we're going to share that with you and you'll discover it with us. So I just want to share a little bit about how I got into trains and model railroading and my love of trains and train stuff. So ever since I was a little kid, I've really been interested in trains. I was always the little kid who was like, oh look, there's a train, it's really cool. And we'd pass it on the highway or get stopped on, you know, the intersections. It was really neat. When I was a little girl, my grandma, where my mom lives now, at her house, is right behind the railroad tracks. And twice a day, every day, especially in the summers when we were there, I would see the train go by and I'd run outside and I would honk the horn and make the engineer honk the horn, and it was just really special to me. When I got a little bit older, I actually wrote a really special story about the train and train tracks and how integral that was with my life as a little girl. And I was really kind of interested in it, but I didn't know that it was something that could be a hobby. And then I got with Frank, and Frank was part of a model train club, and I was like, whoa. It opened a whole new world. It's really interesting. It's not just about trains, it's about making the models. It's super cool. But now I'm into it. I'm so into it. I'm into model trains and train spotting and learning all about the different locomotives and the different train cars and the different franchises that are involved in the train world. And I didn't realize what a huge industry it was. So I'm getting to learn all of that now. And the other really cool thing is, there's not a lot of girls who do train stuff. So I feel like a little bit of an outlier, and I hope to make that a little bit more normal for other women and females who are interested in doing train things. I think that it's definitely a hobby that's for everybody, and I really want to share that with the world.
So it's my turn to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got into the world of trains, and mostly it deals with model railroading. When I was younger, you're talking maybe second grade-ish, we would visit my grandfather's house, and in the basement, like many of us, he had a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood painted green, and that was the fake grass that he had. It was green paint, and on it was a typical HO oval layout with a little Santa Fe engine going around. And I can always remember they had the little transformer where you could change the current to make it go faster or slower, but I can remember the smell. That's the thing I remember the most, was that ozone smell, if you will. And it just really brought a lot of fond memories whenever I think about that. Now, of course, I always wanted to make it better. I would like to put some switches in and put some other things, but it wasn't mine. I couldn't do that, and I had to share that with the other grandkids, which had a couple of arguments over that, I could tell you. But, you know, I really wanted to get into model railroading. I even subscribed to Model Railroader when I was younger, but I never really had a chance to have a layout or have any rolling stock or locomotives. I just never was able to have the space. And as a young person, you get out of school, you have your first jobs, you're always living in apartments, so I never got the chance until recently when, you know, I've married Jasmine. We have a house now, we have a nice sized basement. I had joined a local model railroading club. They are N-Scale, and so I've chosen N-Scale as a scale we're going to be working with here, and Jasmine is fully supportive. I had started the layout right before we got married, and it was a small room, maybe about 25% of our basement, and she told me to tear it down.
I did.
Yes.
It's too small.
So it was too small. She said it has to be bigger, so we had to tear it down and make it bigger. So she's a keeper. And so we have been talking about things, and she's been getting very involved with the train room here and our train club. And so we thought we would do this channel together. I thought it'd be a good idea if we ask each other a couple of questions that we want to know about each other and share that with you, and that way we can kind of round out this video. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Okay, so
I have a question for you,
Okay.
Frank. What was the first model train thing that you bought?
besides the Model Railroader magazine,
Correct.
when I decided to go with N scale, I bought a DCC ready locomotive. It was a little chassis locomotive. I don't know the model. I still don't know the models of the thing. It's diesel.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel chassis, DCC.
Yeah, and it allowed me to be able to run on the club layouts instead of having to borrow everybody else's rolling stock. So that's what I did.
Right. So you're originally from Ohio.
Correct.
Are you fond of any particular railway line, like one that runs through Ohio, for example?
Not specifically, no. I know that the Hocking Valley in southeast Ohio is kind of good, and I've always been fond of that region. Here where we are near Akron, we have the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railway. In fact, yesterday they had a big steam locomotive come through. And that's kind of fun that there's something here that's local that you can volunteer with or support. So, but I don't know. Those two things.
Right. Yeah, those two things.
Those two things.
Well, it was fun when we went to Canada last weekend, and we were seeing the Canadian trains, and that was really cool because it was like, we even saw a CSX train up there, remember?
Yes,
When
we
were
did.
going through. That was pretty neat.
That was pretty neat.
Train spotting in Canada.
So for you, okay, you talked about trains being like in your backyard. Do you remember much about those trains?
Yeah, so my family's originally from Panama City, Florida, and the train line that ran, it was a short line that ran in through Panama City, was called the Bay Line. And it was green and yellow, very distinctive, small line that serviced the port of Panama City all the way up to Atlanta, Georgia. And that's what ran behind my family's house. And so when I was thinking about getting into modeling a particular railroad, I really wanted to model the Bay Line. Guess what Frank got me for Christmas? A complete set of Bayline cars, and we'll
There
be
you go.
showing those in another video soon.
Okay. Now, about model railroading, what of all the various things you can do, there's scenery and there's bench work and there's wiring and just there's so many different aspects of it. What's the most exciting aspect for you?
I'm really excited to get into the making the dioramas, making the modeling, making the trees. I'm going to be sitting there making 1,000 trees.
Yes.
I am really looking forward to doing like the glossy fake water and the little houses. I mean, the modeling, the scenery is something I'm really, really dying to dive into.
So I can expect some tutorials.
Yeah, oh
On the
yeah,
channel?
about how to make a house and how to make a tree and how to make, glossy water, and yeah, we're gonna do all that.
Excellent. All right, guys, that's a quick intro to our train channel, That Train Couple. I am Frank, and this is
Jasmine.
And we're glad that you're here and hope to see you again soon.
Yes, stay tuned.
Bye.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase. And there you have it, guys. A little quick intro video for our channel.
Train channel. You can't say that 5 times fast. Train channel, train channel, train channel, train channel, train channel.